Tell me, do you think if there's a connection between a brain injury, your hearing, your eyes, your nose, your throat, any issues like that? Well, today we're going to discuss that. Welcome to my channel. I'm Astra, and this is Astra's Brain Injury. So, I got my notes now, y'all. So, I'm prepared. Let's start off with when you have a brain injury, everything is off. There's a disconnect. Well, I can't talk for others. I could talk for myself. I had such a huge disconnect with my eyes, my ears, my nose, my throat. So everything was affected. Everything. My entire body, y'all. But today I'm going to be talking about my ears, my eyes. I'm pointing to the wrong place. My eyes, my nose, my throat. And so let's start off with the eyes first. You know, after my brain injury began, my eyes, I couldn't see properly. I had double vision. I had blurry vision. I had all kind of different things from light sensitivity. I had it all, y'all. I can put on a pair of my glasses and I still could not see clearly. It was double and blurry vision. I would be squinting my eyes like this so that I can, see. No, it would not work for me. And so that was a huge thing because, we see with our eyes everything. And our eyes is sending this information back to our brains and telling us, woo, this, and this. And when you're not able to see properly, y'all, you are not sending correct information to your brains. And when there's a disconnect with your brains, that relay that will go from here to here to here is no longer you're going here and this is still waiting for the information because somewhere it dropped off and it was gone. And the next thing is my eyes was always tired. I felt like, like when you don't sleep um long enough and you're just like, oh, I'm so tired. you know that's how my eyes felt, but on a continuous basis. And so they were tired and yet they were sore. Like I didn't know that you can feel your little eyeballs. Like I could have felt my eyeballs like they hurt. Y'all, my eyes hurt. And then the thing is that, I would turn to look and that hurt. So the disconnect once again in my brains from my brain injury, I think I don't want to say overstimulated, but it's the information is misfiring. I guess that's the word to say. It was misfiring because your eyes shouldn't hurt when you turn to look that way or you turn to look this way, up or down. It shouldn't hurt. I mean, you touch your eye now. Yeah, oh, okay, I'm touching my eye, but you shouldn't be feeling pain like that in your eyeball. And I literally felt pain in my eyes. And then the next thing is that I had that gravel feeling. Like I've got, gravel in my eyes. And, it's just like, oh, like my eyes felt dry, my eyes, just everything. From the pain to the dryness in my eyes to, my eyes not, it's like, here's one thing that my practitioner told me. My eye doctor had said when I would have been reading, so once I started seeing my practitioners now, when I was reading, because they would have me, read, my eye or whatever they had me doing, for my vestibular training, my eye, whichever one, it didn't matter, whatever I was looking at, what they had me doing, it was shut down and it would just begin to wander. So our eyes look, this way. I'm looking at the camera now, and you would be looking at me, and we are talking, and not talking. I'm sorry. We're looking, in this direction. When we read, and this was the crazy thing that I didn't know, when we read, our eyes turn in as we're reading. And so my eyes now would say, turn in like this. And then next thing you know, whatever part of my brain, which one, whether it's the right or the left side, would shut down. And then say, it's my left that shuts down from my right. So this eye now would just begin to wander. It's not focusing, and it's like, hey, I'm partying over here by myself. That's what it was doing. And so these were the issues that I was having because of my brain injury. Going on to, now let's go, move from my eyes now. Let's go to my ears. Now, my ears, we know that our ears help to keep us balanced. And when you've got ringing in your ears, like, sure y'all heard me already say that my ears used to bleed and I had bleeding, blood coming out of my ears. And I used to have ringing in my ears. So I would wake up when I did get to sleep in the middle of the night and thinking that my alarm system is going off. It's not my alarm system. I would be with my family and all of a sudden I would stop. I said, do you hear that? What's that ding, 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 ding sound? It was my ears. It was my ears. And I was just stunned, y'all, by this because I would get the feeling. And another thing, I would get the feeling, when you put your hands to your ears and you just close it and it gets that cloggish kind of a feel, or you've been underwater and you get that cloggishy kind of feeling. That's how I would have. So my ears would clog like this, and then I would get a very high pitch in my ears. And trust me, this is something that would like drive you off your nerves because you've got trying to listen to people, but yet you've got that high pitch humming in your ears that is going continuously. Sometimes it might take a break, and then you're just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I get a break from it. And then it starts back up again. And so this is what I was dealing with. And then, I would get like I have a digging, like somebody's digging me in my ears. And so I get that digging feeling. Then I'd get that itching, that painful, that ringing in my ears. And then, I'm dizzy. That's another thing too. So we know that our ears, our equilibrium is inside of our ears. And when that is off, you're just, whoa, you get that wave of dizziness and you can't even control this kind of a thing. And so, what's the next thing? My throat. So, y'all, so from the seatbelt, I had a burn come from the back, come all the way over here on my neck. I looked for a picture and see if I could show y'all what it had looked like. But I had a burn come down here, and I was very self-conscious of that burn in my throat. And the thing is, because of my brain injury, I had issues with swallowing. Something simple as swallowing. I could not swallow properly. And, you know, if you can choke on saliva, you can choke on liquid, you can choke on food. It's very scary. Y'all, it is very scary. So I had to learn again, I had to retrain my brain because, I had to go through different therapies. And as I said, I've seen a lot of practice, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I had to get my brain retrained for drinking, retrained for chewing, retrained for just sitting here and swallowing saliva. And the thing is, my throat gets very dry. Like I'm always walking with water, which I'm going to take a sip right now and I will be right back. And so, yes, I just took a sip. My throat gets dry now. And this is what I found. And it gets hoarse. And this is another thing. My voice was always going hoarse. Like it was, I don't even know how to explain it. You just talk for a minute, it's gone hoarse. And so my brains needed to be retrained yet again, even for that, because there was such a disconnect with my brains to my throat. Like there was just a disconnect of my brains to my entire body, y'all. So from my head down to my toes, there was a disconnect with my brains because we know the brains is the capital. It is the command center. It says, this is what you do. This is what you're not going to do. And, pick up your hand, put it down and all that kind of stuff. The brains is the one that controls everything. And when the brains, I don't want to say it's sick, but when the brain gets injured, it'll be saying, okay, now y'all pick up your right hand. Your foot's going to kick out. Okay, y'all, let's clap our hands. You're going to be stomping your feet. Like the brains, when it is damaged, everything else follows. We know that, when one part is sick, the rest of the other body, it sympathizes with that sick part. Well, guess what now? When the control center is damaged, how is everyone else going to sympathize when the control is damaged? So, I had a lot of my throat being sore, being dry, being hoarse, and swallowing it just painful. Like I had a lot of pain. And also too, because I don't know if it's because of the seatbelt and the force that went back and the seatbelt constricts. I don't know, because right even into my sternum, it went all the way down into my sternum, because how the seatbelt is and how you turned and all that kind of stuff. And then the next things is my nose was affected in the sense that I had, as I told y'all before, I had yellowish kind of fluid, and it's a different smell to your nose just running, like you have a cold. It's a different kind of smell. And so the thing is, when I would go to appointments or, we go into the store, because you're trying to climatize yourself to your different surroundings. Because there was a lot of the things that I didn't do first after I got my brain injury. But you try to slowly try to, okay, acclimatize yourself to here and to there. When I would go to the store, and it's still up to this day, y'all, my nose is very sensitive. For the ladies who have been pregnant, I'm sure y'all know about, even though your sinuses feels like they're clogged, you can smell everything. And so for me, it's like my nose, the smelling is in overdrive. I can literally smell the two beads of sweat on somebody. We go to the store, like now I go to the store and I need to walk with like candy in my purse, whether it's sour candy, whether it's ginger candy. I need to walk with some kind of a candy because I'm getting like, because when I go into the store, my nose is being assaulted by every smell that is out there. So if you took a bath, I could smell the fresh scent on you. If you haven't taken a bath, I could smell that on you. Like I can literally smell everything. Like it is, it's good and it's a horror all in one time, because you're like, okay, I smell good. Okay. Yeah, I could smell you. No, your feet is dirty. Like this is how it is for me. And so when that happens, like because I'm smelling everything, and the reason why I walk with candy in my purse is because I begin to get nauseous. Like oh my God, oh, this is how I am. So I must always walk with some form of candy, whether it's sour candy, ginger candy, or it's just regular kind of candy, so that I can, I would be smelling that and it would kind of help to, I don't know if it's like trick my mind or to throw me off because like if something else has happened, like if someone's having an argument with you and you just like, oh, Merry Christmas. What? And you're gonna be like, what? It throws the direction of where this was. And so this is what that does for me. Because like I said, I can smell literally everything. Y'all, I can smell everything. And when your nose is not deciphering, okay, you know what? Let's cut down the amount that's coming in and everything is just flooding you all at once. No, 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 no. You're like, not today, not today, but it happens for me. So going back to my opening statement, yes, there is, for me, I found that there is a connection when you have a brain injury and it affects everything else it does. For me, it did because it has sent things for me into overdrive and it has sent things into being in a disconnect and it has sent things into where I have to be retrained again so that I can learn how to kind of bring this back into control. It's like, you tap and tap and tap and tap and telling your brain, no, 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 no. You gotta swing yourself and come back around here. And so it's not an easy thing to do, y'all. It's not. When that brain is damaged, everything else follows, not in a good way. It's not like, ooh, let's go together now in unison and let's think. It's like, well, like it's just It doesn't work, y'all. It does not work. So again, I would encourage y'all, if you've got someone who is helping you, like coming with you to your appointments, if you've got, and write things down, y'all. I know I've written things down and I have forgotten that I've written these things down. But if you, when you remember, can tell that person who is going with you to your appointments, I want to talk to my doctor about blah, 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 blah. And they might say, what did you say? And you forget. But, and even if you can record yourself saying, okay, I want to blah, 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 blah. Like if you can do that, I mean, there's going to be times where you're not going to be able to, I can't even do this recording stuff, or I can't even, see properly so that I can do this typing. But as I said, if you can, whomever you're going with, let them know, please help me to say this and this and this, and they can do so for you. Because where you'll forget, they won't. And then so your practitioner and you will be able to find the best solution to help you along the way. So, that's all I have for today, y'all. And I would encourage you, don't give up. Don't give up. There are times where you do want to give up, because trust me, my nose, when I go into the store and I'm smelling everyone, it is so much like, I'll give you the story. I went to the store just even the other day with my mother, and I was like, I was out of my candy because, I forgot to fill it back up. And thank goodness my mother has backup. And so I was like, I'm furiously looking inside of my purse, trying to find my little container that I have my candies in. And I turned to my mother and I'm like, Mommy, do you have any candy? And she's like, what's wrong? I said, Mommy, all the smell is coming into my nose. And then the thing is, you get into a panic because you don't want to be like, because your stomach is just feeling so nauseous. Well, not yours, mine did. Mine felt so nauseous, y'all. And so my mother I said, give me 2 pieces, and I stuck the 2 inside of my mouth. And you open up your mouth so that you can kind of, well, not you, I open up my mouth so I can kind of like smell it in my nose instead of smelling everyone all around me. So there's going to be different coping mechanisms that you're going to learn along the way, what's best to help you. So anyways, with that, I shall take my leave now. And I would say, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're the one that's going through the brain injury, there still is hope. Don't give up, y'all. Really don't give up. And if you are the one who is caring for the one with the brain injury, don't give up. There is hope. I mean, it's going to be hard on both ends. It really is, because, the one who has the brain injury becomes childlike now. Even though they're an adult, they become like a little child. And just have patience. Just really have patience. These things will either get better or they will plateau and they'll stay where they're at. But, just be encouraged. Just be encouraged and just celebrate even the smallest of little things, like, ooh, I'm seeing, clear today. Take that, run with that, and be happy with that. Okay? My nose is itchy, y'all. Sorry. So with that, I will say, I will see you definitely in the next video. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this, please. And with that, I'll say bye. Bye.